Hello and welcome to Livewire's Buy, Hold, Sell. I'm your host, Selby, and if there's one thing that we've witnessed over the past 18 months, it's this shift away from old world energy companies to those that are leading the transition to a cleaner future. And to discuss some of these leaders of tomorrow, I'm joined by Tim Serjeant from Eley Griffiths Group and David Franklyn from Argonaut. First up, we have 29 Metals, which is a copper and precious metals miner. David, I might start with you. Is it a buy, hold, or sell?
Thanks, Eley. We rate it as a hold. You know, we own it in the portfolio. We bought it in the recent IPO and added to it after that. It's got copper assets in Australia. What we like about it is it's got long mine life, good relative valuation compared to other copper stocks, and the outlook for copper and zinc is very good, and a strong balance sheet and stable management. We did think that the September quarter results were mildly disappointing. And on that basis, we've got it as a hold.
Tim, over to you. It has a market cap of 1.2 billion, and since it listed in July, its share price has risen nearly 27%. Is it a buy, hold, or sell?
Sell, Eley. It's been a good IPO, but I think there's two issues I have. One is it's been bucketed as a copper stock, but I think Golden Grove, which is the main asset historically, is a zinc asset, and I think that's where a lot of the future production growth comes from, and that has ramifications, I think, for the multiple which you pay, given the preference for the market for copper over zinc. I also think that the free cash flow expectations will continue to underwhelm. I think the market's going to be disappointed. They're both relatively mature assets and more capital intensive, I think, than people might forecast.
Next up, we have nickel producer Mincor Resources. It has a market cap of 661 million. Tim, staying with you, is it a buy, hold, or sell?
Hold, Eley. Look, Cassini's a good ore body, and I think it continues to grow. I think the valuation's probably fair for once it's ramped up, over the next 12 months. You've got two corporates on the register in Wyloo Metals and Independence Group, which gives you a decent backstop. But ultimately, I think you have to be bullish nickel to be bullish Mincor, and I'm not, hence the hold.
David, over to you. Twiggy's backing Mincor. Are you? Its share price has risen around 44% over the last 12 months. Is it a buy, hold, or sell?
Yeah, look, we've got it as a buy. Mincor is moving towards production. I think from March next year, should be producing around 15,000 tonnes per annum. And it's low capex, so it's leveraging off BHP infrastructure around Kambalda to get into production, pretty cost effectively. I think the upside comes from exploration. Around their Durkin North and Long deposits, and also through their Hartley prospect, which offers the potential to grow their mine life.
Next up, we have reader favourite Lynas Rare Earths, which has been described by one of our contributors in the past as one of the most valuable strategic assets in Australia. David, what do you think? Is it a buy, hold, or sell?
Thanks, Eley. Look, we've got it as a hold on valuation grounds. No doubt it is a strategic asset. It's the only large-scale producer of separated rare earths outside China. Mount Weld is a tier 1 high-grade resource. As far as quality of asset, it gets a tick, but valuation, we're not there.
Tim, over to you. It recently reported record annual net profit after tax of 157 million. Is it a buy, hold, or sell?
Hold, Eley. Look, agree with all the comments, read the strategic optionality in the business, and it's very well managed, but I think that's all known. Pricing's at the upper end at, sort of $100 a kilo for NdPr, and there's little volume growth in the near term, and we're going through a pretty capital intensive phase. So I'd bide your time there with Lynas.
Okay, we asked our fundies to bring along one stock that they're backing for the energy transition. David, I'll start with you first. What have you brought for us today?
Look, my buy is Oz Minerals. It's obviously one of the bigger resource companies, but I think one of the better quality. So we rate their management team very highly. They've got a great portfolio of assets. Carrapateena they bought on stream without a hiccup. That's producing well. Prominent Hill is a long-term asset. Both those projects have brownfields expansion opportunities. They bought West Musgrave cheaply, and they've got a foothold in Brazil. So we just think it's really a blue chip in the energy transition space, and it's a stock you should own.
Tim, can you beat Oz Minerals? What stock are you backing for that energy transition, and why?
I've got Iluka Resources, Eley. ILU is the code, and it's not a battery material stock yet per se, but I think it could become one, and that's why it's of interest. It's best known for being a market leader in the zircon and titanium feedstock markets, and trades on a a valuation of about 5 to 7 times earnings, depending on where you are in the given cycle. But I think if they can grow the rare earths piece of their business, which is currently selling a lowish grade monazite concentrate to third parties in China, if they can progress further downstream, which I think they can, and for that to become, higher value, potentially up to a third of their business, we've seen the valuations that the specialty materials and chemicals companies trade on at 15 to 20 times. And if they can have a third of their business attracting that sort of multiple, I think it's a material re-rating opportunity for Iluka.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this electric episode of Buy, Hold, Sell. If you did, why not give it a like? And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're adding new content every week.